The inflation trajectory has largely evolved in line with the outlook given by us in the month of June, that is in the June 2022 policy. Going forward, food inflation is likely to moderate with the usual winter softening and the likelihood of a bountiful Rabi harvest, but pressure points remain in the form of prices of cereals, milk and spices, in the prices of cereals, milk and spices in the near term. The main risk is that core inflation, that is CPI excluding food and fuel, remains sticky and elevated. Overall, CPI price momentum remains high. Risks from adverse weather events add uncertainty to the outlook. Global commodity prices including crude oil have undergone some downward correction, but uncertainty continues to surround the near-term outlook in view of the prolonging of geopolitical hostilities. The outlook for the US dollar and hence imported inflation also remains uncertain. Moreover, the resurgence in domestic services sector activity could also lead to price pressures, especially as firms pass on the input costs. Taking into account these factors and assuming an average crude oil price, that is Indian basket, of $100 per barrel, headline inflation is projected at 6.7% for the current year, with the third quarter at 6.6% and the fourth quarter at 5.9%. The risks are evenly balanced. CPI inflation for the first quarter of next financial year, that is 23-24, is projected at 5%, and the second quarter of next financial year at 5.4% on the assumption of a normal monsoon. Now what do these growth and inflation scenarios convey? Let me summarize. GDP growth in India remains resilient and inflation is expected to moderate, but the battle against inflation is not over. Pressure points from high and sticky core inflation and exposure of food inflation to international factors and weather related events do remain. While being watchful of the impact of our earlier monetary policy actions, we will keep Arjuna's eye on the evolving inflation dynamics and be ready to act as may be necessary. Our actions will be nimble and in the best interest of the economy. The aspect of growth will obviously be kept in mind.
वीडियो पसंद आया तो हमें लाइक, कमेंट, शेयर और सब्सक्राइब जरूर करें।